right, so I'm smiling despite my absolute rage at not being able to ask a question because I literally just recorded a 10-minute video just ranting and raving about how I'm very confused about how to get to the bottom of things and how to ask questions, but I didn't realize my mic was muted. So maybe now that I've had a few extra seconds to collect my thoughts, I'll try it again here. So I grew up in a world where it was encouraged to ask questions. I was that lonely kid who didn't really have friends but had a computer and could just learn how to do this or learn how to do that. It was sky's the limit on what I wanted to learn. And then I found, the tech scene and, the software scene, all the old school hacker chats and things like that. I found those and I was like, wow, there's no dumb questions here. Like if I ask something, yeah, you're going to get some trolls that are like, you're a noob or whatever. But in general, those people they're shooed away. There were no gatekeepers. It was okay to ask questions. It was encouraged because that's how you learned. And we also, we had the minds to do certain things that a lot of other people didn't. We had the mind to be not objective, but we could separate things. We could look at one big system and say, I want to examine this part of the system agnostic from the rest of everything else. So then we could look at this without other factors, and we just look at it as it is and what goes in, what comes out. And we don't look at the rest of the system. We only look at that one component. But in 2020, you have to be very careful about the questions you ask. And I don't understand that. Yes, times are not good. There's a lot of uncomfortable conversation that needs to be had. But guess what? If we don't have it, who knows what is going to happen? For the last 3 months, it's been a complete chaos all across the country. And it's not getting better. There is no progress being made into a non-violent resolution. It's getting worse and worse by the day. So let me tell you about the experience that I had earlier. I'm trying to get, all these accounts established like Twitter and things like that. So of course I have no followers. Now, I noticed one of my early day role models speaking about this, and I didn't really like what I saw, and that's okay. They can have their own opinion on whatever they want. But I reached out because I was generally confused, because I wanted to have a conversation, and I even mentioned that I'm fine with having it off the record. All right? So yeah, it was a long diatribe or whatever, but you know what? These were people that encouraged me when I was younger to ask questions. All right? So let's fast forward a little bit. I realize I'm following one less person, so I'm like, wait, who did I unfollow? So I look at my list, and lo and behold, the person that I asked kicked me off of their followers list. I don't know how Twitter works. I figured they would just block me or whatever. But then I go to their profile, and they're talking about how I reached out. They didn't name me, which is good, and maybe I messed up a little bit by replying. But honestly, bro, it was pretty disingenuous. Some of the replies there. You made it sound like I was looking for clout. I'm not. I'm looking for answers. I'm looking for, who do I talk to? I don't have many role models left. So I figured I'd reach out to one that taught me a lot. Who else is going to keep my interest on a 3-hour-long video about, yeah, that was a fucking phenomenal video, by the way. All of this, I don't know what the right word is. I'm not comfortable with the response this person gave me. But I don't want anyone that watches this video and figures out who it is to not respect their work. I want to make that very clear. This person's work is amazing. but I feel very disrespected. So let's get back to that. Don't think this person is a jerk and not, capable. They're one of the most brilliant people in the industry. But I don't understand what I have to do. One of the things they said was an account that was created in August with 0 followers, and it's like, what? There are requirements to talk to you? Do you want to outline the requirements for which someone can pose a question to you? Remember, coming from the community where it was encouraged to ask questions, we wanted those people. It was cool that's what the community was supposed to be. And remember how cool it was when the internet first came out, and it was like, oh shit, I read about this really cool thing this person did. Holy shit, I can fucking type in here, and instead of them being 3,000 miles away, we're this distance apart. I can ask these people questions and we can have conversations, and that was a wonderful thing, and that's why we all loved the internet. And now it's a fucking garbage pile. And I'm sorry to say, but you're not doing anything to help it by acting like some kind of gatekeeper. I literally just wanted to have a conversation with one of my role models. But apparently I can't do that. So, yeah. You're still pretty smart, but you lost a lot of my respect. I don't even know why I'm making this video, because it's probably only going to get me onto some shit lists. But remember, this is the state of the world in 2020. If you ask the wrong question, people will ascribe motive to you. You have no idea what I'm thinking. How are we going to make progress? It's complete insanity, and you're not helping. Maybe I'm not helping either. But I guess we'll let everyone else be the judge. With all of this in mind, if you do watch this, I am still 100% willing to have a completely off the record conversation with you. That's all I want. How can we find common ground? How can we move forward? Where are you coming from? Where am I coming from? Am I not seeing the whole picture? Are you not seeing things that I'm maybe seeing? It's disheartening. Why would anyone want to try and do things for good anymore? Because instantly, if it goes against the grain, if it's not a question that people should be asking, who determines that anyway? You? With your 25,000 Twitter followers? Is that how many Twitter followers I need to have in order to have an opinion? We're all people. Why can't you treat other people like people? You're no different than I. I mean, you are, and that's what makes everyone unique. But we're people. Why can't you talk to me like a person? It's a shame. But yeah, if you want to reach out and have an off-the-record conversation that I will tell no one about, indulge me, please. Or just let me know how many Twitter followers I need to have before I can come ask you. Take care. Oh, I also got my first lockpick kit from you, by the way. Maybe I'll throw it in the trash.